The price of Bitcoin right now is on the move. The current price is $17,270, and Bitcoin's price has had a spike up overnight, exactly like I explained it probably would do in yesterday's video. We've also got other good news from previous trades that I've talked about on the channel, one of which being Solana, which has increased very significantly since we last talked about it. I said, look, this is penanting outwards, and it's quite likely it'll break upwards as soon as it breaks above this level of liquidity. We broke above that level of liquidity, and on Solana, we had a significant price increase up to now $16.55, which is fantastic for those people that took that particular trade. I didn't take it myself. However, I did take other trades, of course, on the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum. These are my current open trades that I have right now. $5,800 profit on Bitcoin, $1,300 profit on Polkadot, $10,400 profit on Ethereum, and $2,600 profit on Matic. You'll see a $6,000 loss here. That was from trade mitigation last week because I didn't want to close the trade. I believe the price of Bitcoin was pumped. I was just too early to the trade, so I had to take a little bit of a loss on it, and that means that currently this Bitcoin trade is at break even, so just wipe that out, and between these ones right here, we've got about $14,000 of profit, which is great news. Again, especially in a bear market, that's like one Bitcoin nearly. Now, when it also comes to my other open trades, I've got this one right here open on Ethereum, $3,400 in profit. That's an Ethereum long position from $1,200. Current price of Ethereum, $1,322. And if you are interested in trading, don't forget the links are in today's video description to both BYBIT and BitGet. On those two exchanges, you can do what I'm doing right now and you can trade the price of Bitcoin. Just remember, risk management is the best way to make money by mitigating risk and taking losses at the because of course you're not going to make every decision correct. So it's important that you're open to the idea of taking a loss when trading, because not all trade ideas are correct. And by mitigating a loss, you can actually make more of a profit because you're going to be correct more often than not. It's just that it can be just better to take a loss on certain occasions. So just remember that when trading. Don't forget though, $8,000 for free on BitGet with a $15 sign-up bonus that's deposited into your account on a Friday, and $30,000 for free on BYBIT. I get my names confused with the exchanges, and you get those two bonuses when you make your first deposit and start trading. So back to the charts right now. What is going on? Let's look at the price levels for Ethereum and Bitcoin. This is the current chart on Ethereum. This is the 30-minute chart. However, I want to go over now to the 4-hour chart to give us a little bit of perspective on what is currently going on right now. Because what is currently going on right now is Ethereum is making its way to the top of this low liquidity range. It actually looks really good. And if we zoom out on this chart right now and give a little bit more perspective, let those bars load in, you can see that essentially Ethereum is looking to crack this level here. If Ethereum cracks a level of $1,352, $1,352 would be the previous high. I apologize that my hands are shaking because it's been an exciting 24 hours, and I've drank a lot of coffee this morning because I can't have energy drinks anymore. But I quite like coffee. Coffee is nice, and the doctor said that I can have coffee because I drank too many energy drinks in the previous bull run, and then I got kidney stones. So don't drink lots of energy drinks because they are bad for you. Instead, drink water and coffee. Anyway, that's what the doctors said to me. They said if you want caffeine, have coffee. Now, when it comes to the price of Ethereum, of course, the target on my trade right here is $1,450. That would be from where we are right now. Of course, we're going to have some price consolidation at some stage, but that would be a 10% increase in the price of Ethereum to where we are right now, and my trades at that point in time will be sitting very, very pretty. It's looking fantastic. Also in today's video, we will be discussing Tapcoin, so make sure you have slapped like on it. In fact, I've completely forgot about asking for likes. If you wouldn't mind, we are trying to grow the channel to 100,000 subscribers in 2023. So please do go and subscribe, turn on channel notifications, and drop a like on today's video. Today's like goal is 500 likes. We actually hit it on one of the previous videos, so let's try and hit 500 likes again. That was fantastic. Thank you all very much for smashing that like button. Anyway, back to the price of Ethereum. Of course, we're trying to fill this gap right here, but how does Bitcoin look? Bitcoin is also looking pretty gosh darn good. If we go over to Bitcoin 4-hour chart, zoom out a little bit, and look at where these volume bars sit, we only have to break above this final volume bar right here before we're in no man's land again, and Bitcoin's price stands a chance of going all the way up to the next level of liquidity, and this next level of liquidity is kind of sitting at $18,845, if I just zoom in on that right there, $18,845. So that is looking very, very nice. But I guess, how are the traditional markets looking today? Are they going good? Are they going bad? Well, let's have a look at the traditional markets as well. The first thing that I want to bring up is I want to bring up the DXY, and it says how the DXY is going, because the DXY is going absolutely shockingly. The US dollar's value is dropping through the floor right now. In fact, we've just lost this level of support. Why am I so bullish on Bitcoin? Well, because I plotted this chart literally months ago, and I did all of this stuff. I worked it all out, and it it played out perfectly. We dropped to the downside, we lost this level of support, and it's continuing its downtrend. Why did I say that the price of Bitcoin had bottomed at $15,600, and why did I go long at $15,600 on Bitcoin? Well, because the DXY was dropping like a stone. When it comes to the current value of the DXY, though, what are we expecting from this? Because we're currently losing a very key level of support, and if we lose this level of support, we'll probably drop down to this long-term white line right here, around 101.5 points. At that point in time, you'll be expecting a continually rising value of the pound. You'll be expecting the stock market, the S&P 500, the Dow Jones Index to continue rising. And at the same time, you'll be expecting Bitcoin's price to rise as well. The entire cryptocurrency market is looking very healthy right now. And one thing that's looking incredibly healthy is Tapcoin, currently sitting at 19 Satoshis. We've got to look at the order book right here, though. We have a sell wall at 20 Satoshis of 4 Bitcoin. But once that 4 Bitcoin sell wall has been surpassed, there is really not a whole lot of sell pressure on the charts after we get past 20 Satoshis, which is quite exciting because at the point of getting up to about 30 Satoshis, you're getting back into that range there, whereby you're at the start of where it was previously. Because to give TAP's chart a little bit of perspective, and one of the reasons why I'm so bullish on the TAP coin right now, is look at the daily chart, yeah? And then zoom out. Yeah, get some perspective on things. Look how low we are. We're basically still on the floor. If TAP's coin price gets up to 376 Satoshis, it will retest one of the previous lows from the previous bull market. That to me doesn't seem all that unrealistic. This could well be the best trade that I have ever made. And for those people wondering, do I still hold my coins? The simple answer to that is yes. I hold 247 million coins of TAP. I'm holding those coins for the long term. For me, this is a long-term in play. I'm expecting the application to continue growing in users. I know currently they're growing at thousands of users per day, which is fantastic news. And this is the same opportunity as what was with like Crypto.com, Monaco coin, if you remember that back in the day. That went to the moon. SWISSBORG again, that went to the moon. It's the same value proposition that we've seen a few times now. And we understand that that is a value proposition that works in terms of having a successful application, especially when you can get a debit card on that application. If you want a debit card, go and get one. It's free. You'll find it linked in today's video description, and that'll be a cryptocurrency bank account that you can buy cryptocurrency on, but at the same time, you can spend real cash in the shops on that card, which is fantastic news for anybody that is struggling with a crypto banking solution. I know in the past, I've really struggled for banking solutions myself, and I was actually looking on the internet, doing some more research yesterday on TAP, and I found an interview with the CEO of TAP from 2018, I think it was, where he was talking about why he came up with the solution for TAP. You should go and find that interview. It's a really good interview. And he talked about in that interview that kind of the idea behind it and the fact that finding a banking solution is really difficult in crypto, so why not invent your own? And that's where the whole idea has come from. And it seems to be working fantastically well. So download the TAP application. You'll find that linked in today's video description. But back to the price of Bitcoin. This is the DXY. But how is Bitcoin performing? And what are the levels of which to watch on the price of Bitcoin? Well, we've got several key levels to watch on the price of Bitcoin. The first one would be, we're looking for a breakout, of course, at some point in the near-term future. We'll wait for the chart to reset. We're looking for Bitcoin's price to rise up from where it is now, around $17,287 to around $18,100 at the top of this chart right here. Bearing in mind, at some point, again, the Fed could say something and it could affect the price of Bitcoin and that could affect the dollar and everything like that. But currently, in terms of the trading setup right now, it does look fantastic. If we look at the actual other indicators that we've got right here, the RSI is again a little bit high, but that's nothing to be concerned by. You can see the price of the RSI just spikes and spikes over and over again. Currently looking at the MACD again, it's rising very nicely. But when you look at the higher time frames, like the weekly chart right now, and we look at the MACD on the weekly, we've got so much scope for growth on the MACD on the weekly. It's unbelievable. And again, the RSI is still pretty much at the bottom on the weekly, meaning again, there's a lot of scope for growth. Looking at the weekly chart right now, look how low it is. And potentially, like the underside level could be the target, especially in the short term. This underside level here on Bitcoin could be the slightly longer term target, and that will be about $30,000 Bitcoin. Given that Bitcoin's price is currently sitting at $17,290, in the longer term, it might play off. And if that does play off, that is fantastic news for everybody trading Bitcoin, because it means everybody has more liquidity. And in a situation where you have more liquidity, it means everybody's slightly more wealthy, meaning there is more activity, more investment, and generally you can restart that upward spiral in the cryptocurrency space. So what are the price levels that I'm watching on Bitcoin right now? Well, let's go over to the 1 hour chart and have a look at those price levels. We really need to break out of this range right here. Ignore all the green that I drew on the screen earlier, but essentially we really need to break above this price level right here here at approximately $17,300. At the point of breaking through $17,300, that'll be a break upwards in terms of the liquidity, and that could possibly take us as high as this level right here, around $17,900. At the point where Bitcoin is $17,900, you'll start seeing people's opinions on Bitcoin starting to flip. You'll start to see more bullishness. And at that point in time, things get very, very exciting, and potentially there are huge price rises on the horizon, but don't get too ahead of yourselves just yet. It's important to point out that, again, Bitcoin could go down later today. So let's look at the downside levels of which to watch. If you're not currently in a Bitcoin trade, where would be the best place to be taking out a Bitcoin trade right now? Well, this is the 15-minute chart on the price of Bitcoin, and you can see that we have these lower levels of liquidity right here. So if we fail on the first attempt at the breakout, we'll return to the lower level of liquidity, and I'll look at increasing my long position around this range right here, with this range currently sat at about $17,000. It'd be nice to get an entry in around $17,000, so I'll be keeping an eye on that range. When the same thing is applied to Ethereum, what are we looking at? Well, if we drop Ethereum now down to the 30-minute chart and have a look at what's going on with regards to the liquidity on Ethereum, again, a similar kind of theory would apply, in that Ethereum, if it gets rejected at this level right here, we'll be expecting a full reversal back down to this lower level of support, where we have a key indicator here, where you have the largest volume line indicating this is a level of which could be attractive for Ethereum to come down and retrace to around $1,250. But to be honest, that seems a little bit unrealistic at this point in time, and I'll be more so aiming for this level here at approximately $1,272. Having said that though, that's $50 lower than where the price currently sits, and it would be a significant price reduction, so I wouldn't be counting on it too much, especially if the market is starting to get ahead of itself right now. So overall, markets are looking great, TAP's looking great, Bitcoin's looking great, the VWAP's looking great, everything's looking great, and the entire cryptocurrency market is fantastic. Thank you all very much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, slap a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and join us on this wonderful cryptocurrency journey. Goodbye.